Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Danmachi season 4 episode number 5 reaction. Okay, the previous episode we get to see a little bit of the Astrea Familia, the little backstory. We kind of get a little bit of an introduction to different characters, and not much, a little bit. We just see their faces and we see what type of people they are, kind of. And yeah, that was the extent to what we saw there. Majority portion of the episode was basically like the Lily's team, them coming in. And we also got to see a little bit of Subaki's team. They're also on the way. And Lily's team, they are going more deeper, and they're getting more tired and tired. And here Wealth comes to decision. He decides to make a sword. He needs, we need those magic swords, and he has only one left. So he's going to use that magic sword to make a fire, and he has the tools. Everyone will have to defend him, put their life, put their lives in his hand, while he'll make the weapons, putting his life in their hands while they protect him from the monsters. And by the end of it, hopefully he's able to make some good magic weapons that is able to keep them alive and make them go deeper in the dungeon. And that's what's happening. That's the plan for now. And yeah, everything looks pretty the whole situation is pretty troublesome, with the monsters coming in and everything, but they have no choice. They have to do this. And yeah, let's see what happens. And let's see if we get to know more about the Astrea Familia, the past. So let us begin episode number 5. So yeah, I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it to whichever is your preference, and let's get started. Right, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Justice. Hmm. Definition of justice. Okay. Oh, wow, that's interesting. Hmm. Nah. Armchair philosopher. Ooh, tools for convenience. Wait, is this group all females? I think so. Everyone's a girl. All right. Well, then why did we start this? Great. Phony kind of justice. Okay. Hmm. Something we hide. Okay. Interesting answer. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right, they look a lot better than what they were before. Yeah. All right. No, no, both of them. Yeah, that's true. 37th floor. Okay. All right, so what do we do? Go down or go up? Like the safe zone, where is it? Okay. Okay, so go up, I guess. Hmm. No, I don't know. That would be a big risk. Hmm. Ah, interesting. They'll be, yeah, no way will they able to. Oh boy. Yeah, and they have they think about like food and everything. They'll be hungry. Yeah, they'll just starve. Oh boy. Okay. All right, here we go. Well, nothing you can do about it. Nah, it'll help. Well, you have any better idea? Oh boy, monsters are coming. Yeah. Great, there's a lot of them now. All right. Nice. Oh, but yeah. Okay. And they'll be coming from all the directions. That's even more troublesome, you know? Not only one direction. Yeah, oh my god. This looks like one of the mission from, you know, like in video games you play, it protects someone for a certain amount of time. Okay. Yeah, it's not budging. The tunnel that leads up. Okay. Isn't until the 39th. Oh, damn. Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah, the enemies will also kind of get lowered in level. Hmm. Damn. More items and equipment. Okay. Yeah, food and us. Yeah, okay, makes sense. Wait, but they've been here for a long time. Wouldn't the water be dried up or something? Yeah, the equipment will be helpful. However, not water. Will we get water? Bell, yeah, please. At least at this point, you cannot keep these morality. They'll be getting good gears here, maybe a little bit of the gears. But I don't think they'll get water. Hmm. Yeah, she's a, you know, high elf. Oh my god. Yeah. All right, we got a sword. Hmm. Okay. All right, quite a few things we got. What is that? Oh, a map. Nice. Incomplete, but okay. Hmm. All right. Whoa. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Hmm. This is like a little bit bread as well. I doubt you can eat that bread. You found something? Oh yeah, that's an interesting question. Okay, yeah, that's interesting. Ah, okay, okay. Oh, so he killed himself. Whoa, okay. Ah, wait, which familiar was this? Do you have any idea? Raise some. Oh my god. Yeah, which familiar is this? Probably. Yeah, the probably in the familiar they're probably like, oh, these two, like, these three members are missing. Them never came back. They didn't even know that they're dead here. So okay. Okay. Yeah, he's not even able to kind of. Oh boy, it's not budging. Oh my god. Hmm. Yeah. Oh yeah, his. He's still keeping to his pride, you know. For yourself or for everyone, I guess. Yeah, he did say that I'm doing this for Bell at that moment. It was for Bell. Now it's obviously for his friends. Oh, the sound has changed a little bit. Okay, it's working. Damn! Yo! Okay. Okay, it is forming. Yeah, like it's just. Break, exactly. So what can he do? Okay. Yeah. Hmm. What? Uh, yeah. Time to go to part-time job. Yeah, that's true. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, like, wow. All right. Oh, wow, what's going on? Oh my god, the shield is broken. All right. Oh boy. It's a yeah. There you go. The magic sword is complete. Okay, let's see how it looks like. Oh, hey yo, that's a cool design. Well, now we have a magic weapon. Yeah, Kazuki. Oh, damn! All right, this will be very helpful. Okay, okay. So who? Wow, who's going to wield this then? Wealth? I'm guessing. Ah, okay, okay. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah. All right. Okay, this will help a lot. And not only now, after if we're able to find Bell, after that it'll help as well. So wait, so this magic sword will never get break. So interesting. Okay. So wait, what does this mean? Does this mean that from this point onwards, Welf will be able to make indestructible magic weapons? That's kind of overpowered, isn't it? Like, if this is like an exception that oh he was only able to make it like this because he got a good piece of adamantite, then that's understandable. However, if he's like able to do this every time from this point onwards, damn, that'll be crazy. Yeah, but he did say that I'm going to be improving from this point onwards, like even going to more higher heights. I'll even let Hephaestus and Bell, I'll put, like kind of leave them behind as well and go even higher. So I'm pretty sure he'll be able to make these indestructible magic swords from this point onwards. Anytime he tries. That's it. All right, we have a new weapon, and actually a very good weapon. A weapon that just makes fire continuously and destroys any enemies in front. So going to help a lot. Right. So this episode, we start with again a little bit of the Astrea Familia. We see now, this is something that I realized in this episode. I think this is a familiar, like, where all the members are women, aren't they? Like at first I thought that that little that person with the glasses, green hair, and that elf person, I thought at first I thought that was a boy, but now that I'm looking, I think she's a girl. So this is like a familiar where everyone's a woman. Like I'm not seeing a single man here. I think so. I'm not completely sure. Either way, so yeah, so we get to see a little bit of them, and we get to see where Alice started the conversation with asking everyone about what justice is, and everyone had like their own version of justice, and that wolf lady, she says that good deeds done without the expectation of a reward in return is justice, would be the simplest way. Yeah, but if good deeds, and then this girl says, if good deeds don't serve a purpose, then it's not any different than self-righteousness, I guess. All right, so then this other person says, I disagree. If there's some sort of underlying goal, then it's narcissism, and that's a far cry from real justice. I guess you can see it like that. And then this girl says, when we raise the question of justice being real versus not real, we could probably argue about it forever. And you said, no, we pledge justice, we pledge to uphold the sword and wings of justice. Our cause is more noble than. And the Amazoness is like, oh, the Leon, the armchair philosopher. Okay, okay, Kaguya says something interesting here. Wait a minute, what does Kaguya says? When all said and done, concepts such as justice are merely tools of convenience, a weapon used to justify a cause, a blank check written to warrant violence. Now, interesting thing here, interesting conversation they're having here. They're talking about justice here. Now, I'm pretty sure a lot of people must have realized why they're talking about justice here is because they're the Astrea Familia. Now, as far as I know, lady, like goddess Astrea, let me check, is the goddess of justice. Astrea, or Astrea or Astrea, in the ancient Greek legends, the daughter of Astraeus and Eos, she is the virgin goddess of justice, innocence, purity, and precision. There you go. She, she has like this scale on her hand, I think, and yeah. So if I'm pretty sure a lot of people realize that is why they're talking about justice, because their whole familia, the patron goddess, is basically justice. She's the goddess of justice, and that is why they're talking about justice here. And yeah, so there you go. Now, and not only that, they're also talking about the whole Evilus situation as well, where Evilus is doing these type of things. They need to stop them. And that is why also the topic about justice has come out. Now, while they're talking about justice and arguing, each has their own views. Alice suddenly is like, oh, stop, enough discussion. I just brought this up just because I wanted you guys to talk about it. And she says that even the gods have a tough time answering that one, so there's no use losing sleep over it. She gives a very simplified explanation of what justice is. She says anyone can be wax poetic about justice, and they can also abuse it for their own gain, right? So instead of trying to figure out the right kind of answer, let's focus on weeding out the phony kind of justice. So she's basically like, yeah, like anyone can use justice in the wrong way, and that's what I wanted you guys to realize. And that is why just weed out those justice, so we'll have the proper justice with us. So there you go. This kind of reminds me of that Sherlock Holmes quote, you know, like take out the improbable, and all that will be left in the end will be the truth, or something like that. You know, if you take out the false statements for everything, take out the improbable, everything, the thing that will lie in the end will be the truth. Kind of like that quote, you know, just take out the phony justice, all that will be left will be the correct justice. Easy method, you know. And she's like, where fake justice withers away, order, harmony, and happiness grow in its place. And there you go. She just concludes the whole session, and she's like, yeah, there you go. Like, you know, aren't I smart? And they're like, oh my god, this girl again, not. And and they're like, what the hell? She again did the same thing. She does that all the time. Whenever she wants to show off, she just brings one of these, like, you know, topics into discussion and just stops it with one of her words. And yeah, so that was the first section. We get a little bit of the story there, and then we are back to the reality. You know, Ryu, she healed herself. You know, Belle is kind of like, both of them are looking a little bit better. Both of them has more color in their face. You know, like both of them look a lot more livelier than they were. The sleep helped, definitely helped, and you know, like so Belle, Ryu is like, why did you tell me to put the heal on me? It's still my opinion that it should have been on you. I should have healed you, and then, but Belle is like, no, we are not leaving you, and putting heal on you is going to help me in the long run, where you yourself can walk. Like, you know, it'll help me better, which is true. Obviously, if their plan is both going on to the surface together, you know, the best thing to do here is not heal Belle and make Belle carry her, but heal Ryu, and so that she can walk on her own. That'll be way less energy consuming. And yeah, and that's the thing. Like, Belle won't leave her here, you know, like won't leave her alone here and go on his own. So that's the only way to do this. So now Ryu is like, all right, you know, like now that's out of the way. We're lacking both in equipment and food, and she also says, like, you know, we're not anywhere near the normal route. Now they kind of talk about what to do. Belle says that shouldn't we just stay here and wait for help, but Ryu gives like, you know, like says that will be kind of a little bit of a risky move, because where the place where we are, I don't think it's like the main road, you know, main like, you know, path of the dungeon. We're like in the outskirts type of a place, so I doubt anyone will come here. That's number one. Number two, the floor 27, a lot of chaos is going on now. Unless and until that subsides, no one will come here, and we don't have enough food to survive. We'll end up like these unfortunate people here, you know, the skeleton. So we don't have that time, so we need to do something. We need to go, and we need to find, and for that we need food and, like, you know, materials. So obviously the best thing to do here is, Ryu says, like, take the loot from these guys, take their equipment, take their stuff, and you know, just use them. Now obviously Belle is like, oh, this is like, you know, like we'll be like, you know, like disturbing the corpses like that, like, you know, in no way can we do that. Okay, just a minute. Oh no, wait a minute, that comes later. Before that, we go to the Lily's like, you know, team again, and we see what's happening in Lily's team. So basically, yeah, we get to see that scene where Welf is like, all right, you know, let's make the weapon. You guys, I give my whole life to your hands, you know, protect me, and I'll make something that will help us out in the long run. So Boss is not happy, obviously. Boss is like, oh, why are we doing this? I think it's a bad idea, but obviously you don't have any better option here, so just do this, you know, like nothing you can do about it. And they're like, yeah, like, you know, like this is our only chance of survival, so just shut up and protect him. And he's like, all right, fine, I'm gonna do it. And the monsters come in, and yeah, they're attacking the monsters, defending Welf, and Welf is hitting the adamantine, and the adamantine is strong. It's thick and strong. Nothing is happening. It's not budging at all. Like, like, and Welf is like, oh my god, like this is adamantine. It's tough as heck. Like, like will I be able to do this? And he's making like he's hitting it, and like not a dent. Nothing is happening. And he's kind of thinking what to do now. Like, is he strong enough to do this? Either way, again we're back to Bell's, Bell's section. And all right, so this part, I'll read this part a little bit because Ryu tells us the plan, what we're going to do. The whole floor situation she kind of talks about. In light of our current situation, we should head for the tunnel that leads up to the 36th floor once we get out of here. So there you go. So we're on the 37th floor. We'll be going to the 36th floor. Up. And now I was thinking here whether we should go down or up, because sometimes maybe going down is the quicker way to go to the safe area. However, we should need to think about a fact. We should realize one thing. The more we go down, the more stronger the enemies will be. So even if it's one floor, the next floor, that is floor number 38, we'll have way tougher enemies and it'll be more difficult. So the best thing we can do here is conserve our energy and go up. Even if we have to go like 3 or 4 floors on top to reach the safe point, like going 1 floor down is way more difficult than going 3 floors up, because the enemies will be a lot easier to handle on the upper floors. So in this situation, the best option is to go up, even if we have to cover more distance than compared to if we go to the lower floors, more deeper. So this part was, I kind of got a little bit confused when he said that, oh, so to the lower floors. I was like, wait a minute, they're going up. Why are they calling lower floors? And then I realized, like, oh, the current position they are in are called the deep floors. So by lower floors, he means up. So basically, lower floor, deep floor. That's how it's going. And that is why we're in the deep floor currently. So if we go up, we'll be calling it lower floor. It's kind of confusing a little bit if you don't know what they're called. But I think that's what's going on here. That's why he said lower floor, even though they're going up. So anyways, now, Ryu says, right, the deep floor's first safety point isn't until the 39th floor. So there you go. So they're in 37. 30, 39, like I said, only 1 floor they have to go, and then from the 39th floor they can easily reach the safety point. However, it'll be way more difficult to do that because enemies will be stronger there. And then Ryu says that climbing down 2 floors in order to reach a safety point would be a far more difficult endeavor. There you go. And of course, even if we make it there, we won't necessarily be safe. But at least the lower floors have water, nuts, and berries and fruits too. Okay, we'll get those things. And now they need water. So instead of going down where there's no water and stuff, they're going up. So yeah, gives us a much higher chance of survival. I guess you might say that the lower floors will be a little more kind to us compared to the deep floors. All right. Alright, so but Belle says like, yeah, but we're not sure how to go to the connecting tunnel, and she's like, yeah, we don't know that. It'll be an unpleasant journey. So what we do now, we get the materials and the gear from these skeletons. And obviously Belle is like, Ryu, what are you saying? We'll be desecrating the bodies. And I'm like, Belle, not the time. This is not the time to be thinking of all of that. They're dead. They even if we desecrate the bodies, we'll be doing it for our survival. So that's way more important than than thinking about morality. Like in this situation, yeah, we should survive instead of thinking about morality. So that's the thing. And Ryu says the same thing here. Ryu is like, we're putting fellow adventurers slain by the dungeon to good use. You don't have any choice in that matter. And Belle at first was like, oh, should we do this? But then she realizes that Ryu is also having trouble doing it because she's supposed to be an elf, elf, I think she's like a high elf. No, is she a high elf? I think so. Probably, I'm not exactly sure. Either way, she's an elf, and elves are like, like considered to be have way more pride and way more what's that word? Way more. Just a minute. I think Belle says it here. Yeah, Miss Rue, for a noble elf like her. Nobility, yeah, there you go. There's no way this isn't killing her inside. So yeah, she has way more pride and nobility, so it's affecting her even more. So she's doing that just so that both of them could survive, so that Belle could survive. So he's like, yeah, I should stop thinking of all of this, and I'm also going to be making use of them, their gear and everything, to survive. Like forgive us for doing this to you. However, like, using your stuff, we're going to live a longer life, and like, I'm going to make the utmost use of it. So they grab all the, like the weapons and stuff. And they also got to see, like, there's like a piece of bread there as well. I do wonder if they can eat that. Like, I'm kind of curious how long the bodies were here, because the body has completely disintegrated into skeletons, so it must be there for a long time, shouldn't it? I'm guessing. So the bread is a very old piece of bread. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like, why is the bread still there? Shouldn't it be already decomposed? Like, the body has been completely decomposed. Shouldn't the bread also decompose? It's an organic substance, bread. Yeah. So the body got decomposed completely. The skeletons are there, but the bread is fine. I'm not exactly sure why the bread is fine. That's kind of weird. I can understand the weapons and all of them things being fine. Maybe they're a little bit rusty, but they're fine. They're still there. I can understand that. They're inorganic materials. They have a long lifespan. However, the body is disintegrated. Only the skeleton bones are there. How is the bread still fine? No idea. I'm not sure. Anyways, enough about the bread. They got these weapons and stuff, and Ryu says that the best thing we got out of this is the map. So map is incomplete, but we do know where we currently are and which direction to roughly go. And Ryu says that this whole deep floor, even though I've been to the deep floors, I don't know what exactly to go here, because this place is as huge as Orario, which is crazy. Orario is a big place, so this floor is actually as big as Orario, so it's huge. And that is why she says, like, I've been to the deep floors countless times. I remember what the normal route looks like. She knows the normal route, she doesn't know this part, at least. So we'll be going to the normal route. As we reach there, you might be able to recognize the place. That's the thing. Yeah, precisely. If we follow the map and use it to guide ourselves back to the dungeon's normal route, then she'll be able to pick up the direction. I can lead us to the connecting tunnel. So there you go. We have a solid plan, and yeah, we'll be going in this manner. You will be looking at the map, going towards the connecting, like, like the normal route, and yeah, there you go. Then we'll be going to the connecting tunnels. So later on, Ryu kind of bandages herself, and Belle finds out that the bread is there. So he's like, oh, why did they not make it if the bread is there? Which is an interesting point. I did not think about it at that moment, but then they kind of explain it to us. They're like, yeah, it must be poison. So there's no antidotes. That immediately means that they got poisoned. One of her friends were probably alive, and that friend probably killed himself by the end of it without getting any hope, when both of the other people died as well. And yeah, so we get to see like, in the, just a minute, in the parchment of paper, she sees there's a familiar emblem. They didn't have anything else to draw the map on, so they drew the map on over there. So it's like a very hazy emblem. I'm not exactly familiar with the familiar emblems in this show that much. I only know Hestia family emblem. That's all I know. So I'm not exactly sure which emblem this is. It must be some emblem. So there's something written there. Okay, what's written there? Just a minute. Let me read. Forgive us, God. Forgive us, my God. Arimare. Wait, what? Just a minute. Let me. Oh no. Sorry. Moshiake Arima. Okay. Forgive us, my God. Then Re Sama. So there's some kind of a god or goddess who has the name Re in it. So we still don't know which familia this is. And then says, sorry, mom, for not coming home. Oh boy. So Bell is like, let's take the banner back to the surface with us, and yeah, hopefully we're able to find the familia. Now I'm guessing the familia, whichever familia these people were from, they probably like, you know, like they don't know where these three are. They're probably still missing in their roster, you know. And now if Bell is able to bring them back, they'll probably be able to confirm the people's death, and you know, and yeah, that's probably what's going to happen. Either way, right now that like, you know, that's like, you know, they start on their journey, and we get to see Lily's team fighting, and Welf trying to make the adamantine into a proper weapon, and it's strong as hell. Nothing's happening. And here's the thing, you know, he has taken everyone's life in her hands. So it's a huge amount of stress and pressure. He doesn't know what to do. He's like, oh my god, if I'm not able to make this, it'll be all in vain. My friends put their lives on my hand, and I'll be failing them completely. Every one of us will die, and this will be a complete failure. And he's also thinking like, why did I do this? Like, did I just think I'll be able to make a weapon? Was it my ego, my pride talking? And was it my arrogance? And he's thinking of all of these unnecessary things, you know, making him even more you know, like bummed out. And in his head he's like, you know, remembering everything that everyone told him. Like, you know, Hephaestus said that, oh, like, you know, is your flame burning? And he's like, yeah, it's burning. And then, like, you know, a few of his own self comes in front of him and asks him the question that, who are you doing this for? And he realizes, like, he's like, yeah, I'm not doing this for, like, you know, just any reason. I'm doing this for my friends, and to protect them. And so I have to do this. And you know, like, he also remembers, like, you know, that scene with Hephaestus where Hephaestus asked, like, you are saying, like, you know, you're going this far for what reason? Hephaestus asked that to him. I think that was that scene where Hephaestus asked that to Welf, when Welf was like, I'm going to leave the familia temporarily to join Bell's family. You know, the whole war game season, that season. I think this was that scene where Hephaestus asked him, like, why are you doing this? For what reason? For who? And here, I'm pretty sure Welf said that, oh, for Bell, I'm doing this. And you know, he was the first person who believed in my job, in my work, in my weapons. So I'm going to return it back to him and help him out in his time of need. And yeah, and he remembers that. And here the strike becomes stronger, you know, like the flame is like sparkling everywhere, and we can see that the adamantine is taking form, you know, it's like flattening a little bit. And Welf is thinking. Now here's one thing I kind of thought, I said this before in the previous episode as well. I was like, he's making a magic weapon, isn't it going to get destroyed again after 2 or 3 times using it? But here we get to see he also thinks of the same thing. He's like, I cannot make a normal magical weapon, I have to make a crazy divine magical weapon or something which won't break even if I use it. So that's like in his head happening. Now while all of this was happening, we get a little bit of a glimpse of Hephaestus and Hestia. And Hephaestus is like, you know, like Hestia came and informed Hephaestus about how Tsubaki has went to the dungeons, and how Naza and like, you know, Mia, like, you know, asked them for help. And Hephaestus is like, all right, it's fine, like, you know, like, it's okay, like, you know, Tsubaki would have gone there either way, so it's fine that she went there to help them. You cannot help it in this situation. And and then Hestia comes up with the actual, like, you know, like the actual what's that word, the actual oh, I cannot find that proper word. Favor, yeah, with the actual favor, which is, she's like, oh, like, you know, like this month, can you please just Like expeditions cost a lot of money. So would you mind if we skip the payment for Bell's knife? And Hephaestus is like, no, obviously not. That knife has saved Bell multiple times. So are you saying that you're going to skip on that money? Like, doesn't Bell's life mean anything to you? And it's just like, wait, no, like, not like that. I'm not saying it like that. But then Hestia is like, oh, fine, sure. Okay, I'll return the money little by little. Now, Welf is making the sword, and yeah, like I said, he's thinking that it should be such a sword that is going to leave even Lady Hephaestus's weapons in dust. It should be that that much of a strong sword and that much durable. It shouldn't be something similar to the normal magical sword, because they'll just break. What's the point of it then? So he's thinking of all of that and making the weapon, and there you go. He's able to make the weapon by the end of it. And okay, here's the thing that he says. Wait a minute, let me go back to this part, because there's one thing that I'm kind of thinking here. I need a blade with divine power, like the one that the goddess made. Weapon of the highest caliber. Now here's one thing that I'm kind of thinking. What defines a divine blade? Up until now, I thought divine blade, as the name says, divine, it just denotes weapons that are made by gods and goddesses. That's a divine blade. If a god makes something, it's a divine blade. I thought of it like that. But here, Welf says, like, I need to make something that is a divine blade. So this kind of proves that not only gods and goddesses can make divine weapons, but maybe mortals can also do that. If that's the case, then what makes a divine blade? It's not the fact that a god makes a divine blade. If that's the case, why would Welf say this? So what makes a divine blade? Like, from where, like how do you denote like which is a divine blade or which is not? Like how was Welf able to make a divine blade here? Was it because of how crazy this situation was? Like he knows everyone's relying on him, and that fact in itself, and the fact that he cannot fail here, and as Hephaestus said, like, he had a fire lit in his inside. So all that included, and a good a good raw material, the good adamantite that she had, was everything, all of those things, the collective reason for him being able to make a divine weapon. So what does this mean? Like, from this point onwards, even if he's able to go back to the surface, when he's going to make a weapon, will he be anytime able to make a divine weapon? That's one thing I'm thinking about. I'm not exactly sure, but I'm pretty sure this was like an exception. So then what are the parameters for making a divine weapon? I'm kind of thinking about it now. Because up until now, I thought like only gods and goddesses can make divine weapon. But here Welf himself says that I should make something that is like a divine weapon. Otherwise, it won't withstand, it won't withstand here in this situation. It'll just break. So something that Lady Hephaestus would make, I need to make something like that. So I'm guessing by the end of it, the weapon that she makes, he's able to successfully make a divine weapon. So then what are the parameters for making a divine weapon? Is it this situation in itself that made it possible for Welf to make a divine weapon? After going back, will he not be able to make a divine weapon or something? I don't know. That's one thing I'm kind of thinking about. Either way, he's able to make this weapon, this crazy weapon. It looks really cool, and he uses it to destroy a bunch of enemies. And then Welf is like, my magic alone won't be enough. Like, Cassandra, lend me a hand. And Cassandra helps, and he says Shiko Kazuki, and burns the whole place down. All the enemies are gone, and he's like, thank you guys for helping me and putting your lives on my hand. I'm giving your lives back to you now, so let's go and save Belle. And they're off to find Belle. And there you go. Now here's one thing, and another thing I'm thinking, who will be wielding this? Like, Welf said that his magical power is not as strong that he could wield this on his own. So I'm guessing he would need Cassandra's help every time to use it, or maybe like like maybe Haruhime can also help. Haruhime also has a lot of magic power, I think. So, but yeah, I don't know. Anyways, we'll see. Next episode will probably show us how he's going to use his weapon. Anyways, that was it. Really good episode, and we get to see how both the team have started their journey again, trying to find safety, and hopefully they'll meet each other, and hopefully Subaki comes in to help them out and provide more support. Either way, that was it. That's my reaction to episode number 5 of Danmachi season 4. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know, and I'll check them out. That's it, guys. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next week with another episode of Danmachi. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.